Electronic GPS monitoring, usually in the form of an ankle bracelet, is often used in the criminal justice system.
But as investigative reporter Mike Perlstein has shown, gaps in the system can be tragic. Here's his series, part one of his series, Broken Tracks.
In one of the most high-profile murders in New Orleans this year, a 21-year-old man was stalked, ambushed, then fatally shot in a shower of gunfire shortly after he drove off as the passenger in an Uber. The rideshare driver also was killed. A third victim in a passing car on the interstate was shot in the head and died 5 months later.
It's senseless, it's barbaric. I've never seen anything like that in my 20-plus years on the job.
Out of the four gunmen, Tyree Quinn is the lone suspect booked so far in the killings. He was identified with the help of technology that is fast becoming a key tool for law enforcement, electronic monitoring.
But we do have some information that he was wearing an ankle monitor, and it absolutely aided in this investigation with his apprehension.
But police could have caught Quinn earlier. In our story, Tracking a Murder, we used data from that ankle bracelet to map Quinn's path during a drug bust and high-speed chase. That was 17 days before the killings.
I don't know which word to use. Shock, heartbreak, disappointment. It hurts.
Since that missed opportunity, the landscape is changing. The New Orleans Police Department is now using ankle monitor data to retrace the steps of suspects and solve crimes.
They're getting more and more used to it. We have created a process with NOPD where they are doing the proximity reporting on a lot of our violent crimes.
Federal law enforcement is already there. This letter from the FBI to the city's predominant monitoring company, Assured Supervision Accountability Program, thanks the company for using its technology to help solve 6 cases, including 4 murders, from New Orleans to Jefferson Parish to Lafayette.
I thank the FBI for acknowledging the work that ASAP team does.
Your station has done a number of stories about all of this. And what we're seeing is law enforcement is getting hits, and they're starting to solve some of these cases.
At any given time, the husband and wife private company ASAP monitors about 300 defendants awaiting trial. Most ankle bracelets are court-ordered. Others are required as a safeguard by bail bond companies. The court orders are often accompanied by curfews or home confinement, and most of the time, the system works.
I believe if Keita Strong would have been corrected early, he'd have never ever been shot. He'd have been at home.
19-year-old Keita Strong was ordered into electronic monitoring by a magistrate commissioner with a 4 p.m. curfew while awaiting trial on domestic violence charges. ASAP fitted him for a bracelet. As this ASAP violation report shows, on July 17th, he was flagged for being out until 11 at night. On August 5th, his GPS signal, seen here as dots on a computer screen, showed he was out all night, bouncing from the French Quarter to various bars, businesses, and a motel.
That's your offender sticking his toes in the water. Well, nothing happens. So he's going to stick his whole foot in the water. Next thing you know, he's standing in the water. Now he's out swimming in the water.
Then, in this report from August 23rd, Strong's GPS signal shows him violating curfew again when he ends up severely wounded in a shooting, dumped from a car, and rushed to the hospital. The car was later found containing another victim, shot dead. The entire chilling sequence was tracked by Strong's bracelet.
This is not the technology's fault. This is the judge's fault.
Strong's bail and curfew restrictions were ordered in magistrate court before his case was transferred to Judge Ben Willer.
Faced life-threatening injuries, and there was another dead person in the car, and this was highly preventable if the judge had taken action.
Judge Willard declined to be interviewed on camera, but he explained to me that his section of court does not deal with electronic monitoring. He said that monitoring and curfew restrictions were not ordered by him, but in magistrate court. He went on to say that Strong's violations were, quote, never brought to my attention in open court by prosecutors, police, or anybody. But what about the emails his court received about violations? Willard said he only deals with documents officially entered into the court record, not reports emailed by third-party operators like ASAP. District Attorney Jason Williams disagrees.
A violation of a court order is a violation of a court order. It should not matter what judge put the order in place. Someone is in direct violation of the terms of their release.
The court's other 11 section judges have started using information from ASAP ankle monitors.
We have judges over there that if you stop and get a candy bar, you're going to jail for 2 weeks. And we have judges over there that act like they don't see any of this happening.
Judge Willard said another issue he has is that the main provider of GPS tracking is a private operator, unlike a decade ago when monitoring was operated by the Sheriff's Office and NOPD. And while ASAP's model provides 24/7 monitoring and violation reports, there are no official standards for the program. Willard offered a similar explanation in the case of Craig Howard. Howard was on a magistrate-ordered ankle bracelet in July when he fled the courthouse after failing a drug test ordered by Willard. After Howard returned to court a month later and failed a second drug test, Willard ordered a warrant to hold him without bail. Mike Perlstein, Eyewitness News.
And based on Mike's revelations, the district attorney's office is now making arrangements to get reports sent directly to prosecutors. Well, Thursday, Mike exposes another glitch in electronic monitoring systems or orders that is leaving some domestic violence victims scared for their lives.